Hey, as you're here, I wanted to jump on and do my video recapping my 30 days of fruit only. First of all, today is day 80 of Fully Raw Vegan, and I feel super great about that. But I have my trusty notebook here so that I can actually remember the things to talk about because, baby, I can easily get sidetracked. So let's get into it. I'm not doing no cuts. I'm not doing no pasting of this video. It is going to be what it is. It's going to be raw. So let's get into it. So the first question is, how many days? It was 30 days. 30 days of fruit only. That's the easy answer, right? Okay, second question. Why? Why did I do 30 days of fruit only? So I am in Club Raw, which is on school. It's ran by Jillian Berry. It is an absolutely great club. Jillian put out a challenge for the month of May, and the challenge was for people to eat fully raw for the month of May. Well, I was already eating fully raw. As a matter of fact, I was going to be hitting day 40 right at that time. So I decided, let me step it up and do something different. And I had already completed a 7-day fruit only feast the previous month. And I was like, oh, that was easy. That was fun. That was good. I could do that. So I decided to do the full month of May fruit only. But also, I thought I was going to do 40 days because I had done the 40 days fully raw. I was like, oh, now I can just do 40 days of fruit only. Of course, it ended up being 30 days, but I'm totally happy with that. All right, so that's the answer to question number 2. Next, what did you eat? So I ate savory fruits and sweet fruits. I guess I should have said that in reverse because when people think of fruit, they think of sweet, juicy fruits or sweet fruits. That's what you're thinking about more normally. So if you hear someone saying, oh, I'm going on a fruit feast, you're thinking, oh, this person is eating only sweet fruits. And I think most of the time that is the case. For me, I am a creature who loves savory foods. I absolutely love them. So I find it hard to eat a ton of sweet fruits and not have something savory. That's probably something I need to work on. But I decided I was going to be okay with allowing myself to have the savory fruits. So what does savory fruits look like? Zucchini, cucumbers, bell peppers, tomatoes, things like that, which really was helpful because I would make things like mango salsa, and then I would eat it with peppers. Avocados, I would make guacamole and eat it with the peppers. So it really gave me something different to look forward to. And I didn't have savory foods every single day, but I knew it was something I could fall back on or lean on if I needed to have something outside of sweet fruit, which it happened quite frequently. I made zoodles, all sorts of yummy, delicious, savory dishes while I was eating fruits only. All right, next question. Did you have any detox symptoms? I would say yes, but they were subtle. Detox symptom that stood out the most was just being more in the beginning, the very beginning, being more tired than usual, feeling like I was kind of having to force myself to do exercises. I had energy, but I think it was more of just like mentally, like I just need to rest. Okay, and your brain is getting, when I tell you high vibing, it is high vibing. It's a high vibing experience. So I think that's why your brain also can be like, can we just lay down? Can we just rest? So there were a few days where I literally slept like 12 hours, which was absolutely wonderful and needed. And then I felt refreshed the next day, which was also needed. But as I went further into the challenge, all of that tiredness went away and I was just full of energy. So that is one symptom. Another thing that I didn't notice until someone in school mentioned it, one of the members mentioned that she was having white spots on her legs. I'll post some clips and pictures. I will do that at the end of the video. So I'll post a picture of the white spots that I'm seeing on my legs that I had not even noticed. And I believe that is a part of detox. And also, I'll post some pictures of some of the foods that I had, right? Or some video clips. All right, next question. Did you lose weight? Absolutely. So I'm 5'9". In order for me not to be considered overweight according to the BMI chart, I need to be 165 or less, maybe even 164. It's somewhere around there, right? So my goal was like, I'll get to 165. I haven't been 165 in a very long time. And a lot of times when I hit that goal weight, I end up hearing comments like, oh, you're so skinny, you're losing too much weight, you need to, eat a sandwich. People say the craziest things, right? Nobody don't say any of that stuff to you when you're overweight and when you're eating like crap. People keep it to themselves. They don't want to say you're looking kind of chubby. They don't want to say those things to you. I mean, your grandma will. Your grandma always will. But my grandmother's not here anymore, so ain't nobody to say that to me. And people just smile at you and they allow you to self-sabotage with your diet instead of telling you the things that are harming you. And then when you're doing something that's helpful to yourselves, a lot of times you may hear someone say things that are quite rude. You're losing too much weight. You're looking skinny. Are you okay? You're looking sick. Things like that. So those are the type of comments that I would get in the past. I can say, however, when I got down to this 165, 164 this time, I was not hearing those comments. So when I started the journey, it didn't take me long to get to that weight loss, because I was pretty much there, and I move a lot, right? So I would say maybe 10 days in, I was to that goal weight, which is exceptional. I don't have it written down, so I don't know the exact date, but I know I did get to that, and I'm still right there at it. I think the avocados help me to maintain. Let's be clear. If you're a fruitarian, if you're a vegan, a raw vegan, all those things, you can gain weight if that's what your goal is. You can do it, okay? And it doesn't have to be in an unhealthy way. Next question. Let's see. Answer that one. Did you have any cravings? Oh my goodness. Yes. So around day 12, I started having cravings, but I could not pinpoint what it was at all. Like no pinpointing it. And I was like, I don't know what I'm craving. I'm just craving something. And at that point, I do believe I was only eating sweet fruits, or mostly sweet fruits, right? So I was like, I have to get creative and figure it out. Well, this kind of goes into the next question, which is, did I have anything that was difficult during the challenge? And so the cravings kind of leads into this. So on day 12, I started having the random cravings and I couldn't figure out what it was exactly for. On day 13, I woke up with no appetite. I mean, I shouldn't say no appetite. Day 13, I probably had a slight appetite, but it ended up being a juice only day, liquid only day, without me setting out for it to be there, without me trying. It ended up being that because I didn't have an appetite. Day 14, no appetite, juice only. Day 15, no appetite, juice only. Day 16, I'm like, when am I going to eat again? Right? So around then, guess what happened? My cravings kicked back in, but this time they were very specific. My cravings was like, girl, let's go get some onion rings. Ain't nobody going to get no onion rings, cravings. Chill. So of course we did not get onion rings. And I think that is the day that I came home and made the zoodles, which were really, really good. So yeah, I definitely had cravings, but once I had something, and that I think my body was just craving something savory, something with maybe some salt in it. I probably could have done a trick, maybe adding a little Celtic salt to some water or to some juice, or having some celery juice even, but I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't initially figure out what the craving was, and then after I figured out my body, onion rings, where did that come from? Absolutely not. I knew I had to do something. All right, next question. Let's see. Favorite fruits. So my favorite fruits, and these are fruits that help me make it through the 30 days. Jackfruit, watermelon, durian. Durian is a big one. I went for Mother's Day and stocked up the freezer with durian because, number one, I knew that my fruit feast was coming. So I actually got it a little before. Stocked up the freezer with durian. I was having durian once or twice a week. That was really, really helpful. Jackfruit, I was having once or twice a week. I had a lot of exotic fruits. So I would go to my local Asian market, my local Mexican grocery store, and purchase these fruits that I can't traditionally find or can't regularly find at a traditional grocery store. And the prices are pretty decent. Sometimes the prices are up there, so you do have to be aware of that. But you can get something that kind of plays with your palate and you don't feel like you're in the same humdrum of eating when you are eating only fruits. I think if I were eating only fruits and I did not have savory fruits, or I did not have my exotic fruits, it would have been extremely hard. So those two things made me being able to stay on fully fruits for 30 days extremely easy. Okay. All right. Next question. What benefits did I notice? Okay, so I noticed the benefit of weight loss. I noticed the benefit of extra energy. I noticed the benefit of just being able to be free. Like, no thoughts, no cares. And I don't mean like, walking around with my head in the clouds, like not that type of energy, but just like feeling of knowing that everything is going to be okay, and just a happiness and a joy. So it's like that's why I like to use the word freedom, because it's just a very freeing feeling to not have that worry. It's like worry was completely removed, and you're just floating and feeling simply amazing, and just the best feeling, the absolute best feeling. You are, when people say they need to eat certain meals to be grounded, I now understand exactly what they're saying, because you're literally flying high and you feel like, I need to maybe come down to the clouds for a little bit so I can come back down to earth and see what the earthlings are doing. So, okay. Next question. Did you eat anything outside of fruit? So that would include the savory fruit, right? So yes, my husband's birthday was the 18th of May, and we went to play Top Golf. Well, at Top Golf, they had fruit salads, so I ordered 2 small fruit salads because I knew they were going to be small. And then I ordered a side salad, and I was like, I'll eat that. So I ate the side salad and I ate the 2 small fruit salads. So the side salad would be something that I had that would not be considered fruit. It's not fruit. It's not savory fruit. It's not sweet fruit. It was a salad. It had lettuce, carrots. There were cucumbers, I believe, celery. So that would be definitely not considered fruit. And also I would have things like herbs. When I make my juice, I might throw some herbs in my juice, or I might throw some herbs on a savory dish that I'm making. When I'm making my salsa, I may throw in some herbs in there and spices. So onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, things like that. I was still using those things to season my foods if I was making savory meals. And sometimes even adding some seasonings to my melons. Somebody had mentioned tahini to me, and I did used to eat tahini. I don't have any in my house, so I kind of made my own version of it, and squeezing lime and adding different seasonings, and that came out really well. So yes, I had the salad was the one big thing that I had that definitely wasn't fruit, and then herbs and spices, I was having those throughout. Okay. And I would also have like sun tea. Like we purchased a ton of tea when we went on a trip to Egypt. I mean, a ton of tea. And so we make sun tea, and so I would have some sun tea here and there as well. If I had to sweeten anything, I don't like sweet tea. That may be random to people. I've never liked sweet tea, really. I'm from the South. What does that say about me? I think it's okay, but it's not something that I'm like, ooh, give me some sweet tea. So for me, I like black. I used to like black coffee. I like my tea, just getting the tea straight up, right? So that makes it easier. But if I were having something and say it was a little too bitter and I wanted to sweeten it, I would use, like for nice cream, dates for sweetening, or even date sugar, and totally okay with using both of those while I was eating my fruit only diet, right? Okay, next question. Any hard days? So yeah, the hard days would be the days maybe 13 through 16 when I didn't have an appetite. Because not having an appetite, I think juicing is one thing when it's planned, right? But when your body is planning it for you because it's just like, I don't want to eat, that's totally different. So with that being said, those were hard days. Also, even going out for my husband's birthday, I wouldn't say it was exceptionally hard, but it was hard to be in an environment where I hadn't been in for a while, knowing I was going to have to figure it out. Now, on the flip side, now that I'm back to eating a fully raw vegan diet where I can eat everything, we can go play Top Golf all the time. And I know that I can have the fruit and I can have the salad and I can be totally fine with that. And they even have salsa that I could have and ask for a tray of veggies or whatever. But that those type of things I feel more comfortable with when I'm eating fully raw vegan as opposed to fruit feasting. Fruit feasting, I think I would rather stay away from spaces where I can't just have only fruit, okay? And then my son's birthday came up on the 27th, and we took him out to Brunch House, and I was gonna order, well, I did order 2 fruit bowls, and they didn't even have it. But I was juicing on those days, so that was fine. What other question? I think I have one more question. Oh, would I do it again? Absolutely, I would do it again. I don't know if I would do 30 days, but I can tell you that I have been eating extremely high fruit ever since I did the fruit feast. But even before then, when I did these 7 days of fruit only, I was eating high fruit, which is also another reason that I was like, I've been eating high fruit ever since the 7 days. Surely I can do 40 days, my initial thought, of fruit only. And when I did the 7 days, I was only eating juicy fruits at that point, right? But I just knew like, oh, I can do this. I felt called to it. Again, the question is, would I do this again? Absolutely, 100% I would do it again. I think if you're seeking some type of clarity in a situation, if you're having cravings that you can't seem to get rid of, if you're trying to change your diet, cleanse and reset your palate, this is something you could do. I don't think you need to do 30 days. I think you don't even need to put a number of days on it. I think you can just say, let me go into this with a clear heart and a clear mind. And then from there, see where it leads you. How many days do you need to do? You may need to do 60 days. I don't know, but you may need to do 3 or 4. So I would just encourage you to give it a try. I think there are tons of health benefits behind eating fully raw and also behind eating fruitarian. I think there are benefits in both. I'm happy to be back eating everything, even though today is day 1 of a Watermelon Island for me, which has been going great. But watermelon is a mini Watermelon Island, another challenge put out in Club Raw by Jillian. And so it's just 3 days. So today is day 1. And again, I feel really great on all watermelon. And that's that, y'all. So I hope you enjoyed the recap of the 30 days fruit only. And I will add again some clips from some of the things I was eating and enjoying during the 30 days. If you have any questions, leave them below. I'll be happy to answer them. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Be kind, move your bodies, and eat clean.